My name is Andy, and this is the most magical podcast on earth. When I'm not on holiday at Walt Disney World, I'm planning a holiday to Disney. And when I'm not planning a holiday to Disney, I'm talking about Disney with other UK fans like me who make the trip to Orlando and the House of the Mouse. So whether you're a parks professional or a Florida first-timer, this is the podcast for you. Each episode, I'll be chatting to other Disney superfans to share memories of their magical times, answering your Walt Disney World questions, getting you all the latest news from the parks, and finding out what's happening right now in Orlando. So get your ears on as we take you to the most magical place on earth. This is the most magical podcast on earth as part of the Secret Recordings Network. Happy New Year! I know it's nearly February, but thanks for being patient. We always have a bit of a break in the new year, but now we are back and things are like it's 2019 all over again. The dining plan is back. Park hopping at any time is back. Those annoying park reservation systems are gone for most people. Sorry, annual pass holders. And we are back with another year of magic memories, your stories, all the news, all the top tips. If you're going to Walt Disney World this year, do let me know. Maybe we could get you on the podcast in future. And so you don't miss a single episode, hit that subscribe button right now. We've got brand new podcasts every other week. And of course, answering your questions as well. So if you've got any questions, anything you want to know, or you want to be on the podcast, we're on all the socials. Just look for @PodMagical, where we are on X and Instagram and Facebook, @PodMagical. If you've go in and you've got any questions, then you can drop them over there as well. First question for the new year is from Chris. Andy, we have just added the dining plan onto a DVC reservation. Oh, fancy. I was wondering, back in the old days, you used to be able to swap a quick service credit for 3 snacks. Can you still do that? I can't find it anywhere. Little bit of research, Chris. Unfortunately, you can't do that on the dining plan at the moment. With the new dining plan that's been launched, you'll get a snack, you'll get a quick service, and you'll get your table service, and that's what they have to be used for. And back in the old days as well, you used to get 2 snacks, if I'm not mistaken. So you used to be able to get 2 snacks and you used to be able to swap 1 quick service for 3 snacks. Can't do that anymore. I've done the budget because I'm going back to Walt Disney World at the end of April, and I've had a look. This is where I want to eat, and this is what I want to get. Is it worth adding the dining plan? No, not at all. It's nowhere near adding the dining plan. But of course, if it's coming back for free this year, then that would be exciting, wouldn't it? And if it is, of course, we'll let you know on the podcast as soon as we hear any more in our news updates. Any questions, or if you'd like to be a podcast guest like Charis, who we're going to talk to in just a moment, do get in touch. Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok. We are @PodMagical. Our first magical podcast guest for the new year. Hello, Charis. How are you?
Hello, I'm very good, thank you.
Ready to share some of your Disney Magica memories?
Yeah, I'm very excited. I'll have any excuse to talk about Disney.
Any excuse. Find your tribe and just talk. Are you one of these people who, like, you go to a party or you meet up with family and friends, and as soon as they get you on Disney, that's it, can't shut you up?
Yeah, they really can't. It's just like always a topic straight away.
So what is it about Disney and Disney World that you love?
I don't really know, to be honest. It's kind of like the immersive bubble, to be honest, and what everyone always says. But yeah, just the feeling of when you walk through those gates and just everything disappears and you're like in your little happy place, and it's just really nice and everyone's cheerful, apart from a few screaming children, but most people are cheerful.
But that comes with fun, excitement, Sugar and Mickey Mouse. That equals screaming 100%. Kids. When you go to Disney World, like for the first time, for the first day or the first night of your holiday, is it Magic Kingdom you go straight to? Do you have to walk down Main Street, or do you go to one of the other parks, or do you like Fantasmic or something? What's your first thing that you do on your trip? Usually,
just go straight into the park as soon as we can.
Yeah.
I didn't do that in my last trip last year because we wanted to do some shopping in Target and Walmart and get some snacks ready for the trip.
Okay.
And we had planned to go and see the fireworks, but by the time that we got back to the resort, we were just knackered.
That's it, isn't it? You do your best to just try and stay awake on that first night.
Exactly. That's what we were trying to do. We were trying to push through to like beat the jet lag and not be too tired, but we just couldn't manage the fireworks in the end,
but
sadly.
Shopping also is very tempting to get those American snacks straight away. I know where you're coming from.
Exactly, yeah.
So let's go back to your first ever trip to Walt Disney World. Tell me about it.
So it was in 2008. And I had my 9th birthday while we were there, which was pretty cool. Yeah, it was amazing because obviously I was only 8, 9 years old, so I didn't really remember any of the planning that went into it. But from what my parents said, it was just like such a massive thing, and we'd never been to America before. They'd been, when they were in their like 30s, they'd been to other places around America, but never Disney World.
Yeah.
And so it was just so exciting. And especially having your birthday there is epic because everyone says happy birthday to you because you're wearing the birthday badge, and it's just really lovely.
What a way to be like, and that's just such a magical age to be there as well, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. Just me and my sister's 2 years older than me. For us, we'd only ever been to Disneyland Paris.
Yeah.
And so the scale was just massive. And we just couldn't believe how much there was.
What do you actually remember from that first trip, apart from it being your birthday? Was there anything else that stands out from it?
I remember we bought like matching hoodies that said like Disney World on, and we had like these Mickey Mouse headbands that we'd got. And there's pretty much in every picture, I feel like I'm wearing that hoodie because I was just so obsessed with it. Even though it was in February time, so it wasn't cold, but it wasn't warm.
No, you need something to take the edge off in February, though. It can get...
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the evenings, it was a little bit chillier, so I was just living in that red Disney World hoodie and loving my life. Oh, and my dad having a turkey leg for the first time. I remember being amazed.
The picture, I think most people, I know way back before Instagram days, if you go back to my first trip, I've got a picture with the massive turkey leg. Because here in the UK, we don't see turkeys turkey legs that size. I think you can buy them in the supermarkets, but there's something about it. It's just an iconic Disney snack, isn't it?
It really is, and I just couldn't believe how big it was.
Yeah.
My mum was probably horrified. My dad would gnawing away at it.
So
we loved it.
That's when you were 8. Now, the last time, you used to say it was last year, the year before you went for the last time?
Last year, was the most recent time I went, but it had been a 10-year gap between going to Florida.
And had it changed? Had it changed much?
Yeah, so when I went in 2012, they were building the new Fantasyland. And so like with the aerial ride and the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train and all of that, that was still being built. And there was all the walls up. And I was like, oh, this is so cool. I really want to come back. And then 10 years later, eventually I did get there. And it was amazing having all that area because it's so, so good.
And also, of course, if you hadn't been for 10 years, there would be so much new. Apart from the new Fantasyland, you would have had Avatar, you would have had Star Wars, so much new.
Yeah. Star Wars was a big one for us last year because I went with my boyfriend and he is a massive Star Wars fan. And so that was a really big selling point for him to go because it was his first ever trip to any Disney park ever.
So is that how you convinced him with Star Wars?
Pretty much, yeah. That was kind of my pulling point to try and get him to go. He was always up for it anyway, but to go all the way to Florida, I was like, well, they have Star Wars, so
you can build a lightsaber.
You can see the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, you can fly the Millennium Falcon.
Exactly. And his face when he saw the Millennium Falcon for the first time, amazing.
It is breathtaking. Was that his favourite thing, so when he was looking forward to going to Star Wars, but was that his favourite thing actually after the holiday, looking back, or was there actually something else that took him by surprise?
I don't know, because I think he really enjoyed Toy Story Land. And so he's never really been a massive fan of roller coasters, but he did do them all because it was like his first time doing them all.
Got him.
Even if he was a bit scared, he went for it. Well, because I love them as well, so I was trying to coax him on. But he loves Slinky Dog Dash because that's not too crazy.
Yeah, it's a good starter coaster, isn't it, Slinky Dog Dash?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. He's sworn off Tower of Terror for the rest of his life.
Right.
But all the others he can handle. But I think, what else did he like? He really liked Mickey Minnie's Runaway Railway, and that's very classic Disney.
Yeah, it's new classic. New. Yeah.
Yeah, it's new classic. And I wasn't sure, because I knew he'd grown up watching Disney films. But I didn't think if it would be a bit too much Disney all in his face. But he actually really loved it. And while we were there, he was like, okay, when can we come back?
Oh, so he's up for coming back? You're up for going again?
Oh, 100%. He's been to Paris. We went to Paris this Halloween.
Yeah.
And that was his first time in Disneyland Paris. But yeah, he's absolutely loved it. He's completely converted.
But you've not booked anything yet?
Not yet. We're on the verge of booking for next November for Disneyland Paris.
Yeah.
Because we wanted to go when the Christmas decorations are out. And also, coincidentally, his birthday's in November. So we're going to try and coincide it all together.
Double tick.
Yeah.
What is your favourite memory from all your trips to Disney World, Charis? Any standout particular favourite memory that you'll always cherish?
I think so. Last year, where we went, it was our first full day in the parks. And we went into Magic Kingdom and we didn't get up for early magic hours. We thought, like, we'll pace ourselves. We'll actually be sensible because that night we were also doing the Halloween party. Mickey's Not So Scary. But that first day when we went in, it wasn't opening time, so we weren't expecting anything special. But when we walked in, all the main characters were all up on the train station.
All right.
And they were all just waving everyone in, even though it wasn't actual opening time. Maybe they were still there after. Maybe they do it a few times a day, I don't know. But just seeing all the characters, so there's like Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Daisy, Goofy, Pluto, and Chip and Dale, I think. They were all up on the train station just waving in their 50th anniversary outfits. It was really lovely.
Yeah.
And then I turned around and saw the castle and I just burst into tears.
Every time it gets you, doesn't matter how many times you've seen it.
Every time. No,
I'm here.
it doesn't matter. I think because it had been 10 years since I'd last been in Florida. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm actually here. And like, I never thought at the age of 23, we were at the time, that we'd be able to go to Florida by ourselves.
Yeah. And I suppose after the pandemic as well, when you couldn't even go to America after the pandemic, you're like...
Exactly.
Am I ever going to go again?
I think that added into it as well, because that was the first Disney trip after the pandemic, yeah.
Built up emotions, just let them out.
Oh,
it's fine.
Definitely.
Yeah, we've all been there. Back with more Disney World memories with Charis in just a moment. Let me update you on a few little news stories that have come out so far this year. Well, if you're going to Walt Disney World and you want to experience the parks with no crowds and get on some of your favourite rides pretty much straight away and see Enchantment, well, those after-hours evenings are back. They've added some more dates into the middle of the year at Hollywood Studios, Magic Kingdom and Epcot. Nothing for Animal Kingdom. And, of course, if you are going to Magic Kingdom, as well as getting the park to yourself for a couple of hours, you'll also get to experience Enchantment. Your tickets will start at 7 p.m. with the party starting at like 10 o'clock at night. But you can get in nice and early. You can watch Happily Ever After. And then a few hours after that, for the party guests, you get to see Enchantment as well. It's quite a bit of money, but if you're only going for a few days and you want to make sure you get on everything, then it's not a bad option. Plus, you get all the ice creams and soft drinks and bottles of water as well, if you want. If you're going to be going to Epcot over spring, the dates have been announced for this year's Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival. February the 28th, in just a month's time, the festival will start. Goes right through to May the 27th, which is a bit earlier than usual. 90 days of topiaries, inspirational gardens, delicious dishes, and of course we've got the music as well. There's live music that you can catch in the American Pavilion with the Garden Rock series. Some people are going to be performing there. March, you'll get Richard Marx and Berlin and the Commodores. The Pointer Sisters also perform in March. Into April, you can see people like Herman's Hermits and Starship and the Plain White Tees. That's the Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival, which starts at the end of February. If there's any news between now and the next podcast, make sure you're following us on the socials for all the updates. Facebook, X, Instagram, @PodMagical. Charis is with us on the podcast. Let's talk about some of your favourite Walt Disney World things. You say you love all the roller coasters and all the attractions. Do you have a particular favourite? It could be a parade or a show or a ride. What would you say is your favourite attraction?
I think my favourite attraction has to be Small World.
What?
It's just such a classic. I love it so much and I just can't get enough of it. And especially, so my mum and my sister, when we went as a family, they're not big on roller coasters. So when me and my dad would go off and go on the bigger rides, I think on one day, my mum and my sister went on Small World 10 times. In just one day.
I suppose you can, because it's never really got much more than a 10-minute queue, has it?
No, exactly. And they just kept going round and round, and they love it. And it's kind of a family favourite ride as well.
Right. Okay.
But I also love Pirates of the Caribbean. Just the smell is one of my favourite things.
So you love the classics then?
Yeah, the classics. Oh, but also I really enjoyed Flight of Passage. I was scared at first, when you get the kind of apprehension of going on something that you've never been on before. You don't know what's coming. But funnily enough, there was in the same ride as us, there was a little girl and her dad. She looked maybe about 7, and her dad had never done it before. And she was explaining the ride to her dad, and that kind of soothed me, because then I could prepare for what was about to happen, because I didn't have any clue whatsoever what was going to happen.
Yeah, all you can hear is, oh.
Yeah,
tummy tingling kind of ride, isn't it?
Yeah, but it was honestly amazing. The senses and the wind blowing and the breathing of the banshee that they do is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
The technology is just skyrocketed.
It's very clever, very clever. Yeah, especially if after 10 years you go, wow, things have really moved on, haven't they?
Yeah, exactly. They've really, really stepped up.
Have you got a favourite place to stay, a favourite resort? Well, either you've stayed there or just like to visit there, either or.
Yeah, well, we stayed at All Star Music last year, and that was great, to be honest. I really enjoyed that resort, because we weren't going to be there much anyway, because we'd be in the parks. But I thought it was really great for what it was. But I remember staying at Caribbean Beach. I think it might have been in 2012.
Yeah.
Sort of middle trip. And Caribbean Beach was beautiful. The surrounding areas of it is just really lovely. And we had some really nice sunsets over the sort of lighthouse that's out on the water there. And it was just I just remember it being a really nice atmosphere and just felt really relaxing at the end of a busy day.
Yeah, and that was before the Skyliner, so now they've got the Skyliner. It's even better.
Exactly. It's like a jackpot. My dream resort to stay at is Animal Kingdom Lodge, to be honest.
Yes.
To wake up and see giraffes outside in the morning would be an absolute dream.
Oh, yes. Sitting on the balcony with a coffee and a giraffe just there.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But it would honestly be so amazing. One day I'll stay there. I'm manifesting that one day it will happen.
Maybe do a split stay where you can treat yourself to a couple of nights at Animal Kingdom. And like one of our previous guests said, you can do on one of the nights that you've got the extended hours for deluxe guests. Even bigger.
Yeah, I did think about that, actually. Yeah, I remember hearing people who they'll do the majority of their trip somewhere, or maybe in a villa or something, and then they'll do 1 or 2 nights in a deluxe resort. Yeah. And that sounds like a really good idea, to be honest.
And obviously you do the deluxe resort at the end of your trip, because you don't want to go a couple of nights in Animal Kingdom Lodge and then a week in a travel lodge. It's like, it's a bit of a come down, isn't it? Are you a bit of a Disney foodie? Have you got favourite places to eat?
Oh, I do love the food there. I just wanted to try all the different snacks, to be honest.
Oh, you're a snacker.
There's so many snacks. Yeah, I love all the snacks. I really liked Satuli Canteen at Animal Kingdom and the Harambe Market. Yeah. Even though the Harambe Market closes at about 3 p.m. or something, the food there was so nice. They had kind of rice bowls with ribs and chicken and spicy sauce, and the Satuli Canteen with their little salad bowls and the cheeseburger pods, the steamed pods. They were quite nice as well. They are the best. But like you say, you just want to eat everything, don't you? You could just spend 2 weeks just snacking around Disney World. Yeah, we had to sort of make a snack budget, because otherwise we would have just spent everything on all the food. I was going to ask you if you have a guilty pleasure, but you said you did It's a Small World 10 times. So I think we know the answer to that one. Am I right? Yeah, that's probably a guilt. Well, I don't know if it's guilty pleasure, actually, because I don't mind. I'm not ashamed to love Small World lots. Yeah, well, if you can go in it 10 times without driving yourself absolutely crazy, then you're doing really well there. Do you tend to just stay in Disney, or do you like to venture out to anywhere else in Orlando? So I've done Universal. We just did 1 day last year, but I wish we'd done 2 days, because we just couldn't fit everything in. Plus, it was annoying. It was a bad weather day. So some of the bigger rides kept going down because there was big thunderclouds coming over. So I think the Hulk roller coaster, I couldn't get on that until the last 5 minutes of the park day, because it just kept closing, reopening all day. Yeah, there's thunderstorms anywhere nearby. I did have to do that one on my own. My boyfriend refused to do that one because it was outside so you can see what's happening.
He knows what he's getting into. No, thank you.
Yeah. He was like, absolutely not, no thank you. So I just quickly went single ride. I jumped on it in the last 5 minutes of the day.
Have you picked up any good tips on your holidays to Florida? Anything you would recommend or do or tell people about?
I would say on the days, if you're doing like a ticketed party, like Mickey's Not So Scary or Very Merry Christmas, when it says you can go in from 4, but the party doesn't start till 7, still actually go in from 4, because we didn't go in until 7 and we didn't realise that we missed a whole route of trick-or-treating.
Oh, as you go in?
Mickey's Not Scary. Yeah, so when you get in, there's those, they had like a Goofy statue and a Donald statue and some trick-or-treating to get your bags and everything if you go in early, but we didn't go in early. And so we got to the first trick-or-treating station that we found and we were like, we don't have any bags. Do you have some, please?
Oh, no.
So we shouldn't have gone in at 7. We should have gone in earlier.
You missed
like
that.
They say you can.
Yeah.
I know, we definitely missed out there and we're going to have to redo it at some point.
Well, it's just an excuse to go back, isn't it? To do it right the next time.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm going to give you your perfect day at Disney World. What would it entail? Where would you stay? What would you do? Where would you eat? 24 hours in Disney, Charis. What would you do?
Oh, so definitely stay at Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Yeah.
And with a balcony view as well. I want to see giraffes when I wake up. That would be lovely. And then I think we'd go to Hollywood Studios to start with and do early magic hours there and do like Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway and Galaxy's Edge so that we can do all the Star Wars rides before they get too busy. And then get the Skyliner over to Epcot. And in my head, food and wine is happening at this point, so lots more snacks. And go walk through Epcot after getting off the Skyliner, walk to the front of the park and just sort of snack on all the different food and wine things. That would be a dream. And then probably get the monorail to Magic Kingdom. From there, I'm trying to use every transport device here.
Skyliner, monorail, little boat.
Yeah, get the monorail to Magic Kingdom. And then, we really liked the Waltz chili that they put on the Casey's chili dogs. I don't know if that was just a 50th anniversary thing, but we really like chili.
Yeah.
And it tastes really good. So definitely have a chili dog for lunch. And then maybe get some of those cheeseburger spring rolls from Adventureland. There's like the little cart and a Dole Whip. I love the Dole Whip.
All the snacks.
I'd never had a Dole Whip before either. It wasn't until last year that I had one. And then just go on all the rides, physically possible, in Magic Kingdom until then maybe watch Festival of Fantasy parade. And then probably end the day with watching Happily Ever After would be the dream. But sadly, I didn't get to see that because it was Enchantment at the time.
Well, now
even though Enchantment was really good, I loved it. I've watched videos of Happily Ever After and thought, that just looks a little bit better.
Well, now you can do them both on the same night. If you go to one of the after hours parties at Magic Kingdom, you can catch...
Oh, they show both of them now?
Well, yeah, so the regular, Happily Ever After is back at the regular time every night. But if you go to an after hours party at Magic Kingdom next year, as part of that, I think like at 11 o'clock at night, they're showing Enchantment. It's like another $150, $60, but you can do them both in one night. They brought it back for cash.
Why not?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
Well, you do now. There's another excuse to go back.
There we go.
Obviously not if there's a party on though, because obviously you can't. It's got the after hours.
No.
There you go.
Yeah, it's got the after hours one.
Well, lovely talking to you, and maybe next year another Disney trip. Well, you've got Disneyland Paris in about 12 months.
Yes, we're possibly thinking about either California or Florida for 2025, but we'll see what happens. It'll definitely be either or.
Oh yeah, can't go too long without a visit to Mickey's house. Definitely.
No, definitely not.
Charis, lovely chatting to you and have a magical day.
Thank you so much.
We are are always looking for podcast guests. As long as people are going to Disney World, I want to be talking about it. So I'd love to get you on, or maybe somebody you know if you're a bit shy. Give me a shout on one of the socials. @PodMagical is where we are. Just DM me or sort up a Zoom call and you can share some of your Walt Disney World stories and memories and tips. If you are going to be going this weekend, well, today is the very last day for the old school Country Bears Jamboree because it closes today. The Country Bears are going into hibernation for quite a lot of this year, but they will be back with a brand new show. So the old one closes today. If you're in the airport now, you can get to Disney World tonight to Magic Kingdom, then you might get to see them for the last time. I know. I got on the new one, and I'm looking forward to the new one because that click-clacking, I love the Country Bears, but the noise, the click-clacking from the animatronics annoys me a bit, so I'm looking forward to the new one. It's time for a bit of a change. I'm excited for that. So Country Bears going to be closing. Obviously Splash Mountain is down because we've got the new Tiana adventure opening later on this year. We've got Festival of the Arts. That is happening right now at Epcot with live music from some Disney on Broadway performers. There's also the Figment popcorn bucket that you can go and grab if you go to Epcot. We've also got the food booths and all the art. Yes, you can buy art. I bought some art last year. Took me a year to put it on the wall, but it was well worth the wait. Enjoy Festival of the Arts. Pound to dollar at the minute is hovering about that 1.27. Weather in Orlando is hovering around the mid-20s. Pretty much a chance of a shower every day. So it's quite cool, especially in the evening, so you might want to wrap up well. And the Genie Plus, let's just keep an eye on Genie Plus if you're considering buying that. Price of Genie Plus over the last week has really been, if you're doing the Park Hopper one and the Magic Kingdom one, they're the most expensive, about $27 a day. The individual one's the most expensive is Tron, which is hovering around $20. So, it's a pricey business. And the top tip for this episode, always like to end with a top tip. This is a personal one to celebrate the last day of the Country Bear Jamboree. If you love the Country Bears, couple of top tips here. I like to watch the Main Street Parade, not on Main Street. I like to watch it outside Country Bears Jamboree because if you're waiting for the parade, two things. Firstly, if the parade starts at 3 and you're standing in Frontierland, you won't need to wait too long after 3 for it to start. So you can pretty much get your times around there. Obviously, if you're watching it on Main Street, by the time it's got from Frontierland all around there in front of the castle and up Main Street, it's a good 45 minutes. So I know it's magical watching it on Main Street, but Country Bears Jamboree, if you watch it in there facing the Country Bears Jamboree building, because sometimes they'll come out on the roof and have a bit of fun with the characters in the parade as well. So that's my top tip for this episode. I like to watch the Main Street Parade, not on Main Street. Country Bears Jamboree is where it should be. Any top tips? Or you want to be on the podcast? Give me a shout. We have a brand new podcast 2 weeks today. Fortnightly episodes are back. If you want to be on there, give me a shout. And if you want to listen to it, then best thing to do, hit that subscribe button. Then it'll just land in wherever you get your podcasts. And until then, please stand clear of the doors.